Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Chase. Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we're going to be going over 5 tips for Operation Void Edge. Now, some of the actual gameplay of me doing these is really just breaking it down in a private game, but I do have some clips that accompany the operators as well. I've tested all of these tips out and they all work very well. They're just little cheeky things that you can do this season that are very good. We're essentially going to start off with the least elaborate and go all the way to number 1, which will be the most elaborate. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you want to see more tips videos in the future, I will happily do them. One thing I want to get out of the way before we do get into the video is if you're new to the channel, subscribe and turn post notifications on so you don't miss a video. If you're already subscribed but don't have post notifications on, turn them on as well. A lot of you guys have actually been telling me that I haven't been popping up in your sub feeds or whatever that may be, so turn the bell on and you will get notifications every time I upload. Also, if you're new to Rainbow Six Siege or just looking for people to play, join the Discord with a link down below in the description. There's over 400 plus people on my Discord and you can always play with me at any time. But let's go ahead and get into some tips for the new Operation Void Edge. So for the first tip, it's on the new organ rework, and I absolutely hate spawn peaks, but what I'm about to show you is very cheeky, and I'm surprised this made it through testing. With the new organ rework, they sought out to remove any spawn peaks from the map, and devs really forgot about Big Tower on this one, which of course they couldn't cover every single spawn peak from Big Tower because, you know, it is one of the highest points in any map in Rainbow Six Siege, and you have coverage of the whole map when you're in it. But essentially, if you peek from Big Tower to street spawn, you will likely catch an attacker off guard trying to shoot out the outside camera or advance into the garage. This allows you to catch the enemies off guard very early, especially if you have someone with an ACOG who is specialized in spawn peeking like Rook or Doc. Keep in mind that because it's a spawn peek, you'll likely only be able to do it once a game without the enemy team caring. Also, the longer that the organ rework is out, the more people will find this spawn peek spot and they will do it more often, which will ultimately cause attackers to look for that spawn peek more often, or just not spawn street. But yeah, like I said, it is a very cheeky spot. I don't really like spawn peeks, but I had to show you guys this because it is a good way to get a cheap kill. The next tip that I have for you guys is going to be revolving around the new defender Oryx. I'm honestly surprised that a lot of people don't use his gadget the way that I do, and essentially what I do is I use his Rima dash ability to maneuver the map. It's quicker than any other form of movement in the game because essentially it is a charge in one direction. If you get a quick kill or you're roaming and need to escape a sticky situation, it's a great way to get out of there quickly. Just make sure that the way that you're going in is clear because you don't want to be stuck in a charge running right into an enemy gunfight. Oryx's Rima dash is something that you cannot cancel out of, so keep that in mind as well. But like I said, since you get 3 of these stored up, it's a great way to just get around the map quickly. You can go from Big Tower to front lobby super fast. Also, as Oryx, be aware of hatches or walls around you that are easy escape routes from your sticky situation. He has the Bailiff, which is made for taking out these hatches, or he can also, of course, charge through walls like the Kool-Aid Man. But just like I said, if you're going to be charging through a wall or anything like that using the charge ability, be aware of your surroundings because you don't want to be caught in that cooldown of the time where he has to pull his gun back up after he runs through a wall. As anyone would be, Oryx is pretty dazed once he runs through a wall, and it takes him a little bit of time to pull his gun up. So if you charge through a wall right into where an enemy's sightlines are, you're likely going to be killed very easily. Oryx is a very punishable op, but when you use these tips of maneuvering the map well, you can get very good with him. I absolutely love Oryx, and I'm super excited to see what we can do in the future with him, and I can't wait to make more tips about him. There's so much that this operator can do with the map that it's insane. So yeah, Oryx, one of my favorite operators so far in the game. But let's get back on track for a second, and this one is going to be about Yana. Now, Yana is the new attacker, and if you don't know, she essentially has an hologram that can move around the map freely that she deploys. It looks exactly like her, however, it just has 1 health, can't break barricades, can't shoot, or any of that matter. Basically, what I'd recommend is to use Yana's hologram as much as possible. Be slow and methodical with her, and give yourself that time. They give you infinite numbers of them, and they are essentially infinite drones. I see a lot of pro league players or high ranked champion players absolutely loving Yana and using her all the time because of the amount of intel she can give you. Yana's hologram can be deployed for around 15 seconds, which allows you to distract the enemy team or gather intel numerous times within a match, and it cools down in around 5 seconds. Literally, every time that you'll use this, you will be recharging it so quick that you can just sit there and gather intel for your team or use it to distract the enemy team. I also see Yana being a very good solo queue operator for this fact that she has infinite drones. I make this argument about her being a good solo queue operator because she has infinite intel with her gadget, just like someone who dominated the meta a couple months ago, Lesion, who was a great solo queue operator with his intel gathering. So yeah, that's kind of a 2-in-1 tip. I recommend trying out Yana in solo queue, see how she works for you. Of course, she's going to be used to gather intel for your team, which will work as well, but honestly, with the fact that you can't ping things and you'll have to know your callouts, I see her working better as a solo queue operator. But like I said, use her hologram as much as possible. They give you infinite drones for a reason. Use that to your advantage. It'll be very interesting to see where Yana ends up on a lot of Pro League players' tier lists. I am so for that, and I'm ready to see them. Alright guys, we're coming down to the second to last tip, and my second to last tip is going to be to hard anchor with Lesion until you get comfortable with his new nerf. Lesion has definitely needed this nerf for quite a while now. He has been at the top of tier lists and the top of top 5 defenders for quite some time, about for 2.5 years now. Due to his recent nerf, you can't necessarily throw his goo mines too far off site because you won't see them on your HUD anymore, and also you won't be able to hear the audio cue if you're far away. This is mainly a tip for those who play Lesion as a solo queue because of course, you know, if you have teammates near those Lesions, they'll hear the audio cue and know they're coming. But this is for those of you who solo queue as him. In my opinion, it is now much better to stack them at every entry point surrounding your flank that is super close instead of the objective in general. This allows you to hear the audio cue if it is stepped on. It also allows you to be able to see them disappear so you know where it's at, and it allows you to safely hard anchor as Lesion. I've always loved Lesion. He's been one of my favorite operators in the game, but like I said, this nerf was definitely needed and it was definitely coming. I saw it coming from a long time away, and I was just waiting for it to happen. Don't get me wrong though, this nerf does not hit Lesion that hard, especially if you play with the team. It hurts solo queuers more than it hurts competitive players. But with this tip that I'm giving you solo queuers, this will definitely up your play and seem like he's not nerfed as much as he was. Alright guys, so the final tip I'm going to be giving you today is to take advantage of Maverick's grenades. Now when I heard the news that Maverick was getting grenades, I was really scratching my head. It was something that I didn't think needed to be in the game because of it being overpowered. And I just want to say, if you are a Maverick main, you better be jumping and partying around right now because it is. With Maverick's blowtorch ability, he has always been able to make very miniature holes silently, and now that he has frag grenades to combo with this, it could very well mean a silent death from above through a hatch, or maybe even a quiet roll across the ground through a wall. You could also even make a hole big enough on the wall that you could throw it through. And this isn't something that would take a little bit of time using his blowtorch, it is something that literally takes seconds. If you're a Maverick main in ranked, you need to take advantage of it this season and try to get up ranks with this. This is a huge thing for you guys. If you love Maverick like I do, you need to play him a lot. I don't see these frags truly lasting on him a long time in the game due to his already high pick rate and win rate, so take advantage of this while you can. Essentially what they did was just take Maverick, who is already a very good operator when in the right hands, and give him even more utility, or you know, just expertise. It's really going to be interesting to see what a lot of pro Mavericks do with this. I love watching pro Mavericks play because they are some of the best in the game. Also, I can already see this combining to make some tips videos on cool Maverick frag spots. Like I said, use it to your advantage on hatches as well, because a lot of people will sit under hatches thinking that they're safe, but all it takes is for you to drop a grenade on top of them. But yeah, those were my 5 tips for the Operation Void Edge. If you guys want to see more tips in the future, let me know down below in the comments section. Share it with your friends so they can know these cool tips as well, and smack that like button if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post Rainbow Six Siege and Call of Duty content, tips, tricks, whatever that may be, all of the time. Also, don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss a video. I really need you guys to do that because, like I said, a lot of you have been telling me that you aren't getting my videos in your sub boxes. It's something that I've emailed YouTube about a lot and they just seem to not care, so we gotta take matters into our own hands. Also, join the Discord so we can play sometime. I love playing with my fans and meeting you guys. Also, it's a great place to, you know, just talk about Siege in general or play with others wanting to play the game. But yeah, once again, I just want to say thank you all for all the support I've been having on the channel recently, and I will see you guys later. Peace.